Will everyone please rise for the processional?
Will the audience please remain standing for the presentation of our nation's colors and continue standing until the colors have been retired, following the national anthem. Please join vocalist Lily Bailey, a junior choral music education major in the Hayes School of Music, and the Appalachian Brass Ensemble in the singing of our national anthem.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Welcome to Spring 2026 Commencement for Appalachian State University. I'm Dr. Neva Spake, Executive Vice Chancellor and Provost, and I am thrilled to help honor each of you during this monumental occasion. We are so glad we are all able to celebrate your hard work, your perseverance, and your success. Before we begin, please join me in thanking the Appalachian State ROTC's award-winning Pershing Rifles for presenting our national colors. Thank you also to Lily Bailey for singing the national anthem, and the Appalachian Brass Ensemble conducted by Joseph Brown and Dakota Koblis for performing all musical selections during this ceremony. Commencement exercises are some of the longest standing and most time-honored traditions in the Academy. This ceremony serves as both a time of closure as you complete your academic careers at Appalachian State, and also as a bridge to the new opportunities each of you has before you. The mace is a particularly emblematic artifact used in the most formal academic ceremonies to signify authority, just as it did during the Middle Ages, when a mace bearer accompanied an official taking office or opening court. Serving as the bearer of the university mace is Dr. Marie Hopeful, professor in the Department of Sustainable Technology and the Built Environment. Dr. Hopeful, please stand to be recognized. At every commencement ceremony, banners represent the university and each of its colleges. Carrying the university banner for this ceremony is Mr. Richard Prisco, professor in the Department of Applied Design. Mr. Prisco, please stand to be recognized. Carrying the college banner is Interim Dean Shenshen Lo. Will you please stand to be recognized? Additionally, carrying the graduate school banner is Dean Ashley Colquitt, the Honors College banner, Dr. Heather Waldrop, Associate Director of Honors College, and our University Libraries banner carrier, Sue Palenka, Dean of the Libraries. Will you all please stand to be recognized? The name reader for this ceremony is Mr. Chris Moody, lecturer in the Department of Communication. He is being assisted by Abigail Duker, assistant to the registrar. Will both Mr. Moody and Ms. Duker please stand to be recognized? We have many App State alumni who are attending this commencement ceremony as faculty, staff, parents, grandparents, partners, or friends of a graduating student. Will all alumni of Appalachian State University, including those in the platform party, please stand to be recognized? App State has been recognized as a military-friendly school for 17 straight years, and by U.S. News & World Report and Military Times for our support of veterans, active duty service members, and their families. Will all students who are veterans or active duty military members please stand and remain standing to be recognized? In addition, will all other veterans or active duty members of the military in attendance today please stand to be recognized? Thank you all for your service to the country and to our communities. App State remains dedicated to the mission established by our founders 127 years ago to provide access to education. 1/3 of our undergraduate students are first-generation college students. Will all first-generation college students and first-generation college graduates in the audience, including those in the platform party, please stand to be recognized? This spring, history is made as we recognize the first graduating class of App State's Flight Path programs. These fully online, career-aligned programs were designed for the unique needs of working professionals, and these first graduates have proven exactly what's possible when ambition meets opportunity. I want to say congratulations on blazing this new trail. I am now pleased to introduce Dr. Heather Norris, Chancellor of Appalachian State University. With more than 2 decades of academic leadership, vision, and expertise at App State, Chancellor Norris's career has been characterized by her strong collaborative leadership and service to both App State and the greater community. She has consistently led by example, serving to inspire all of us who have worked alongside her, as well as the students she has taught and mentored. Please help me welcome Chancellor Heather Norris.
Thank you, Provost Spake. What a joyous occasion this is as we gather to celebrate the remarkable achievements of the Spring 2026 graduating class. I join in Provost Spake's thanks to those contributing to today's ceremony, and I would like to now take a moment to thank the additional members of the platform party. In addition to our mace bearer and university and college banner carriers, we have the honor of being joined by the following people on stage today. Please stand as I introduce you and remain standing until all are introduced. Governor Philip Byers, representing the UNC System Board of Governors. Chair Mark Ricks, representing the Appalachian State University Board of Trustees. Dr. Neva Spake, Executive Vice Chancellor and Provost. J.J. Brown, Executive Vice Chancellor and Chief Operating Officer. Thank you all for your presence here today to celebrate our graduates and for everything you do each and every day to support Appalachian State University and the success of our students. You may be seated. Class of 2026. Today marks a significant milestone, not just in your academic journey, but in your lives. This ceremony is a celebration of your academic success and also of the resilience and perseverance you've shown in the face of unprecedented challenges, from a pandemic to a natural disaster. I admire each of you for how you overcame these obstacles with determination and grace. We are all extremely proud of you. Today is also the beginning of an exciting new chapter for all of you. You are equipped with the knowledge, skills, and relationships to thrive in a world that is ever-changing and that is also full of promise and opportunity. Your App State education has prepared you to excel in your chosen fields and to make meaningful and important contributions to your communities. The problems to be solved today and in the future demand innovative solutions, unwavering resilience, and compassionate leadership, all of which are characteristics of a mountaineer. I know you will embrace new challenges ahead, seize your opportunities, and make your mark on this world. As we celebrate our graduates' accomplishments, we owe many in attendance a debt of deep gratitude. Allow me a moment to recognize the parents, families, and friends who have supported these graduates every step of the way. Thank you for your encouragement. Thank you for your encouragement and sacrifices, which have helped make this day possible. Parents, family, and friends, thank you. Behind the scenes, our university staff have ensured our campus operates smoothly and have provided essential services and support to our students. Thank you to the staff for your dedication. And to the faculty who have inspired, mentored, and guided these graduates throughout their academic journeys, thank you for your endless passion, determination for our students' success. You have made a transformational difference in these graduates' lives, and your profound impact goes far beyond the classroom. On behalf of those present and our entire university community, I thank you, faculty, for your tireless commitment. Soon-to-be graduates, you have enriched our academic community, and now you continue a legacy of academic excellence, service, and innovation. As Mountaineer alumni, you will be a vital part of our university's ongoing story, and we invite you to engage with your alma mater for many, 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 many years to come. I extend my heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of you. May your futures be filled with purpose, fulfillment, and success, and also some fun. Well done, and congratulations. I am honored to now welcome our next speaker. Please join me in welcoming, I always say distinguished guest. You really are part of the family. Please join us in welcoming to the podium Trustee Mark Ricks, Chair of App State's Board of Trustees, and a proud and distinguished alumnus of App State.
Good late afternoon, everybody. I would like to welcome all the family, friends, best faculty in America, J.J. Brown's family, who is obviously here today, and you, the class of 2026. Welcome. We'll get to that. I would also like to acknowledge we got a big day coming up tomorrow. So what I would like all the mothers to please stand up so we can wish you an early happy Mother's Day. Thank you. Without you, we wouldn't have these lovely people here to honor today. So thank you for that. So, 37 years ago, I sat where you sit, except I was over in Broomkirk Gym, which is not nearly as nice, and was not, and my family and friends did not sit in these nice, comfortable seats. I have no idea who spoke to me that day. Not a clue. So I will not be offended if 37 years from now you have no idea who spoke to you. But what I do remember is sitting there being a little nervous, a little scared, and way ill-prepared. I was not one of these students that had it all figured out, that knew exactly what the next step was and what was coming and where I was going. And as you'll probably hear from someone later on, that will not surprise you. Tonight, you turn in your amateur status. Tomorrow, you go pro. And all those things your parents have been telling you about how hard life is and how tough it is out there in the real world, you're about to find out how smart they actually are. But don't fear, I have good news for you, because today you have earned a college degree from Appalachian State University. And when I say earned, I mean earned. We have a beautiful bookstore on campus, a university bookstore, if you haven't been there. And yes, this is my shameless plug for the university bookstore. We sell lots of cool things there. But the one thing we do not sell there is college degrees. That you have to earn. And each and every one of you sitting there today has earned your college degree. And that's going to be real important, because what you don't know, and what I didn't know 37 years ago, is you're going to be armed with that as you go out and you face the big bad world. And you're going to have moments where you're going to struggle, and you're going to have troubles. And I want you to remember today, and I want you to look in the mirror and remind yourself of today, the day you earned your college degree. Because if you can do that, there is nothing that will stop you. Don't ever forget it. But I have a request for each and every one of you. Please accept the challenges, face the trouble, take the hard road, take the path less traveled. Don't take the easy road, don't take the easy way out. You're better than that, and don't ever forget it. Don't be afraid to fail, all the greats have. And it's okay, because whatever road, whatever path you take, there's always a road that leads back up this mountain. And today you become part of a family. And like all good families, we'll be here waiting for you to give you a big hug, a pat on the back, tell you you're great, even if you're not. But don't ever forget that. You can always come home. So congratulations and welcome to the family. Now it is my great honor as the warm-up act to introduce the main attraction, my good friend, Philip Byers.
I'm not sure exactly what I'm supposed to talk about. So this could be very interesting for you. I will start, and I will promise to circle back in only a few minutes because I'm old and I'm tired. And I'm not going to stand up here and talk all night, okay? I do like a crowd, though, and this is a great one. Reminds me of my wrestling days. That would be real wrestling, professional wrestling. So let me start by saying I've been your governor with the UNC system for 11 years. That's kind of like saying you're the Secretary of Interior. Nobody cares. But in those 11 years, and I have 1 year, 2 months, and 2 days remaining, not that I'm counting, and then I'm returning to Boone, North Carolina, where I will live the remainder of my years, and I will pursue a multifaceted doctorate we've decided today with my consultants on stage, Dean Martin and a few others. My doctorate I will seek next will be, and some of you better be listening because I'm probably going to be in your classes. And I know you're going to hate that. You're looking at each other saying, hell, I hope he doesn't take my class. I think it's going to be four-pronged. It's going to be American history, Revolutionary War, Old English literature, study of Charles Dickens, and Shoeless Joe Jackson and American baseball. So I'll be in your classes starting a year, 2 months, and 2 days from now, and I know you look forward to that. I will get back to the faculty later because those are the folks that make this place operate and are the reason you're here, and you will appreciate that more each and every day as you grow older and wiser. I do have to do a couple little things. Mark always gets to go first, so he always gets the mother's deal, and thank you, mothers. Greatest lady, greatest person I've ever known in my life is my 90-year-old mother, who still gives me a hard time and threatens me every day when I call her or when I don't call her. So that's a hint. Call your mothers every day. But that's mothers clapping now. But since I missed out on the mothers, the next best thing, and Mark says usually it's about the same size group, I'll ask that all my ex-wives stand. I always like to know where my ex-wives are located when I'm speaking. 2 of them attended Appalachian State and received their degrees, and I'm not sure what they were taught, but I do know that after the divorce settlement, neither one ever had to work again. So must have studied finance, I'm guessing. One other thing before I get to my serious notes. I was honored to serve as sheriff of a county in North Carolina, Rutherford County. Anybody from Rutherford County? Hell, that's got to be some of my cousins. Did I ever arrest you or any of your family? I always like to know if there's anybody in the building that I arrested, just in case. Thank you for having me. Thank you, Chair Ricks and Chancellor. And now to my serious note. Well, one other thing, though. I'll ask this one because I hadn't asked this week. Anybody, any student, graduate today, been enrolled as a full-time student for longer than 7 years? My record remains. And that was undergraduate. I mean, I didn't stay quite as long for graduate school, but for undergraduate. Thank you, Chair Ricks, and thank you for your leadership of the Board of Trustees for this fine institution. I am honored to bring greetings on behalf of the UNC Board of Governors and the UNC System Office staff. Let me begin by expressing my sincere thanks to Chancellor Heather Norris for her excellent leadership at App State. Chancellor Norris has dedicated more than 20 years of service to App State, and she is known for building strong relationships and creating a sense of purpose and accountability within and beyond the university community. I want to thank you, Chancellor, for your dedication to advancing the educational mission of App State and supporting all members of the Mountaineer family. Please join me in one more round of applause for our Chancellor, Heather Norris. Today we celebrate you, graduates. You have achieved a significant milestone in your lives. You're leaving Appalachian State University with the tools you need for what comes next, and the possibilities are endless. It is also important that you acknowledge the contributions of the faculty and staff at Appalachian State University and to applaud the support of your parents and loved ones. I am certain you agree how vital their encouragement has been. We will start first with your faculty. Yeah, that's okay. We've got lots of time for applause for your faculty because they're overworked and underpaid. And as one of the governors, I've had to make a lot of decisions that they may not have always agreed with. But we always try to do what's right for the university, our taxpayers in this state, all of you, our parents, students, and faculty and staff. But I have the utmost love and support and appreciation for this faculty, which I think, I'm certain, matter of fact, I'll get in trouble here again, as 16 universities are part of the Board of Governors. I always end up in trouble, but the finest faculty and staff in the UNC system, in this governor's opinion, after 11 years of experience, is the faculty and staff at Appalachian State University. I thank you. Those that came before you allowed two old country boys, one from Rutherford County and one from Virginia, to attend this university and receive an education and become successful business partners and be on this stage. If our Chancellor, John Thomas, were with us today, and he is because he's having a good laugh, we lost him a few years ago, but he had introduced us both from this stage. And he called me to his office quite often. We didn't have cell phones. That was, you can't even imagine that. Maybe some of the professors can. But he would send for me quite often over little things that I didn't think were that important, like the time I borrowed his golf cart to go to the girls' dorm and I ended up running it into the duck pond. That cost me dearly. And the 3 times that his dog Gus followed me to Justice Dorm and stayed for 2 or 3 weeks. And if you go to John Thomas Hall today, my guilty conscience led me to invest in a statue of John Thomas. And if you'll look on the bench, it's John Thomas doing what he was always doing when I was in trouble, reading the Wall Street Journal. And beside him is Gus the dog. So go get your picture made with Gus and Chancellor Thomas and send me a copy. I would appreciate that. His problems with Mark, I stole the golf cart and Gus, but Mark on 2 occasions was asked to go back to Virginia and join the community college system and reconsider his educational thinking as his GPA had dropped below 1.0. So I guess my point in all this is to say if the 2 of us can make it, we're expecting to read great things about you. Our staff, equally as important. You make things happen. You make sure the school's safe, the school's in order, and allowing this great group of professionals to do their job. So faculty and staff, we thank you from the heart for being the very best in the system. Always when I mention your parents and your grandparents, your significant others, that's the note for you to start clapping, to applause, because some of you, I say some of you take me literal. I appreciate that. Some of you are going to move back home for a short period of time and live in mom and dad's basement while you look for a job. And in order to do that, it's really important that you give a round of applause for mom and dad. So now you can give the applause for mom and dad. I don't have children, but no one can live with me, so that's out. As graduates of this institution, you wield something even more powerful than the diploma you are about to receive, and that is the power of your example. You are ambassadors of this great university. Take tremendous pride in how you represent yourselves, your communities, and your alma mater. We encourage you to stay connected with this wonderful institution. Congratulations, enjoy this incredible moment, and best wishes to you all. I would ask for one last minute because I want you to go into one last deep thought of your time on this campus. And this is a moment of respect and appreciation to our faculty and to each of you. But I want you to think, as I read these numbers, what this means when I say the greatest university in the system, possibly the greatest in this nation as far as I'm concerned. Listen to these numbers and think about them for a moment. You, the class of 2026, are made up of 1,161 first-generation graduates. – 101 student-athlete graduates. 90 military graduates. 374 legacy graduates, 387 graduates receiving a second degree from Appalachian State. I can't fathom that, as it took 7 years for my undergraduate, but it's pretty good. 79 graduates receiving more than one degree today. In closing, you, the graduating class of 2026, represent 94 counties in the great state of North Carolina, 40 states in the United States of America, 49 countries in this world. My point of giving you all this data to think about as your last assignment is what you're about to receive is the real deal, and you've earned it. Congratulations.
Just one quick thing before we get to the show part. So we have a little side bet up here on the platform. We all have different backgrounds, went to different colleges here. And so what we're trying to figure out is whose friends and family and parents are going to embarrass their graduate the most. And I will tell you, the bar was set really high by my peoples in arts and science. So you got your challenge today. Sorry, graduates, it's going to get embarrassing. So just be ready. So let's hear some hooping and hollering.
Thank you, Chair Ricks. Thank you, Governor Byers. And now, the moment for which all have been waiting. Will all candidates for the master's degree please rise? Chancellor Norris, upon the recommendation of the graduate faculty of the Williams School of Graduate Studies, I present to you those students who have met or will meet all the requirements to earn their master's degrees. Candidates, you will now be directed to the stage, and the candidates in the first row, the only row, please remain standing. All others, please be seated until your row is directed.
Daniel Brendan Hayes. Michael Ayuku. Charlie Gregory Freeberg. Justice Kigeni Wakiki. Jackson Ward Hager. Michael Lewis Worley. Zachary Michael Howard. Max Logan Lawrence. Bradley James Delvecchio. Sabina Tina Gomes. Kara Dax Williams.
Will all candidates for the bachelor's degree please rise? Chancellor Norris, upon recommendation of the faculty of the College of Fine and Applied Arts, I hereby present to you those students who have met or will meet the requirements to earn their respective baccalaureate degrees. Candidates, you will now be directed to the stage. Candidates in the first row, please remain standing. All others, please be seated until your row is directed to the stage. When you return to your row, you may be seated.
Mimi C. Allen. Charlie Katerina Fischel. Valeria Munoz. Victoria Dare Cool. Emilia Renee Saltzman. Stevie E. Watson. Logan Elizabeth Cope. Emma Mackenzie Rhodes, cum laude. Elizabeth Elder Kearns, cum laude. Megan Elizabeth Daly, summa cum laude. Ava Bruzza Delarato, magna cum laude. Megan Elizabeth Fry, cum laude. Angelina Janine Coates, summa cum laude. Caroline Pavor, summa cum laude. Hadley Eileen Taverny, magna cum laude. Aiden Christopher Redmond. Kylie Caroline Carner, magna cum laude. Brock Xavier Herring. Hannah Elizabeth Antworth. Jackson Lewis Mayhew. Savannah Dada Mascal. Tess Anna McNally. Macy Jane Grimes, magna cum laude. Carla Gabriela Coronado. Zachariah Ward Took, summa cum laude. Kiara Iane Rodriguez, summa cum laude. Isaac Lee Meadows, magna cum laude. Ruby Catherine Johnson, cum laude. Lucy Rose Jacobowitz, magna cum laude. Connor Clifton Morrison Wright, magna cum laude. Ella Jane Peck, magna cum laude. Caroline Yost Burkhart, magna cum laude. Mary Evans Fitzgerald. Meredith Ellen Kennedy. Kendall Brooks Race. Amelia Grace Hagan. Cameron Hunter Mackey. Jacqueline Elizabeth Paul, cum laude. Kaylin Jane Boster, summa cum laude. Quinlan Cuddy Gallagher, magna cum laude. Riley Sean Sullivan, summa cum laude. Christopher Patrick Burns, magna cum laude. Hannah Kathleen McKee. Anna Catherine Elizabeth Barbie. Piper Rose Nelson. Olivia Denise Banuelos, magna cum laude. Jaden Bryce Campbell. Mackenzie Tate Boone. Sophie Jane Tucker. Darby Grace Shaw, magna cum laude. Phoebe Isabella Atkins, summa cum laude, university and department honors. Laura Olivia Harris. Alexandra Mary Pekatos. Zaire Zan-E McAllister. Lauren Elizabeth Honeycutt, magna cum laude. Ethan Clark Rapier. Ava Coleman Dixon, magna cum laude. Casper J. Zukowski. Gavin Raymond James David Hall. Joshua Perry Watson, summa cum laude. Alexander Xavier Miller, magna cum laude. Joshua Daniel Burleson, cum laude. Jaslyn Simone Brannon. Kimberly Acosta Flores, summa cum laude, university honors. Matthew Edward Tuff. Eden Rose Archambault, magna cum laude. Abigail J. McDonald, cum laude. Cora Turner. Leah Danielle Shuminsky, summa cum laude. Kate Abigail Nunes, summa cum laude. Megan A. Verost, magna cum laude. Elisa Eve Goebel, magna cum laude. Bailey Lynn Hughes. Abby Smith, magna cum laude. Gavin Joseph Hunter. Mary Grace Dalton. Maya Nicole Wheeler. Miranda Ariana Maganda Bennett. Hannah Elizabeth Postal. Jessie Ann Thomas, summa cum laude. Savannah Lynn Brandon, summa cum laude. Ella Elizabeth Johnson, magna cum laude. Sophie Marie Smith. Claire Annabelle Krogan, magna cum laude. Laura Catherine Richardson. Zachary Jack Herman, cum laude. Riley R. Biddy. Zachary Taylor. Oscar Sanchez Rios. Evan James Roos. Jacob Matthew Steele, magna cum laude. Joshua Dale Wintermute. Kylie Paige Cone. Aiden Elizabeth Long. Liam O. Evans. Colvin Bell Harvey, magna cum laude. Wills Scott Coniger, cum laude. Adam Mitchell Smalley, magna cum laude. McGuire Cash Hill. Hunter Howell Hawkinson. Benjamin Gabriel Lawless, magna cum laude. Siddharth Srivenkatesh. Alexander Joseph DeBella. Allison Irene Springer, summa cum laude, university and department honors. Madeline Elizabeth Caldwell, cum laude. Zoe Bree Moore, magna cum laude. Azaria Cicely Anderson, magna cum laude. Salem Morris. Walker Michelle Haley, cum laude. Haley Grimbeek, summa cum laude. Zachary Christian Jarman, cum laude. Chloe Morgan Pound, summa cum laude. Ryan M. Hughes, magna cum laude. Henrietta Stegen, cum laude. Rhiannon Lita Dean, magna cum laude. Alexander Joseph Neal, cum laude. Hannah Elizabeth Runkle, magna cum laude. Kylie Jordan Ventacinque. Madeline Grace Cephalou, cum laude. Mitchell James Buchanan, summa cum laude. Anna Renee Sipe, summa cum laude. Ada Marie Stevens. Griffin Scott Horner. Zachary Jacob Rita. Joseph Cole Underwood. Colin Robert Fatil.
McKinney Faye Martin. Kelsey Ryan Griffith. Demetrius Matthew Johnson. Courtney Lynn Castello. Raylan Marie Lowe. Austin Gregor Didiano. Cameron G. Pleasance. Anna Kathleen Nenny, summa cum laude. Dalton Lee Lenhart. Kristen Jolie Skeisha. Jacob Edward Enoch. Storm Randall Adams. Madison Claire Griffith. Marina Ray Gowder. Savannah Grace Cunningham, magna cum laude. Rainey Grace Goiner. Rachel Elizabeth Netling, magna cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Overman. Kinsey Ryan Bolick, magna cum laude. Franklin David Gonzalez Lopez. Emily Christine Hansen. Summer Shea Westbrook. Ava Elizabeth Godwin, magna cum laude. Abigail Rebecca Buckner, magna cum laude. Anna Elizabeth Boswell. Emily Grace Altieri. Catherine Elizabeth Hills. Tucker Hyde Mitchell. Eli Jarrett Weichel, cum laude. Christopher Herbst. Charles Francis Carr. Michael Andrew Reese, magna cum laude. Iona Faith Blackburn, summa cum laude. Anna Lee Harrison, summa cum laude. Kune Melinda Harper. Carmen Nicole Alberg, magna cum laude. Liam Michael Whalen, cum laude. Jennifer Serato James, Jaimes. Sophie Campbell Hughes. Matthew Beckley Adams. Mackenzie Leah Creasy, cum laude. Erin Alexandra Smith, cum laude. Iva Morgan Owens, magna cum laude. Sarina Mary Barsawala, cum laude. Jackson Marshall Holland, cum laude. Isabel Marie Robiano. Carly Taylor Ceccarini. Brianna Elizabeth Grady. Addison Elizabeth McKenzie, cum laude. Morgan Tate Rodriguez. Meg Branning, magna cum laude. Grayson Tate Bridges. Aiden Daniel Lombard, cum laude. George Brantley Atkins. Harper York Galloway. Aiden Scott Askew, cum laude. Sydney Hope Haran. Ava Parker Sheldon. Peyton Reed Baker. Madison Elizabeth Abbott. Ashley Shaisa Garcia Quinones. Henry Vera Morales. Sofia Milagros Frank Garcia. Sarah Ann Ragsdale, magna cum laude. Reagan Ann O'Brien, cum laude. Ian David Ashton, cum laude. Megan Elizabeth Klingerman, cum laude. Ella Joy Isaacson, cum laude. Danielle Lucy McCabe. Sage Elizabeth Hassert, cum laude. Colton Reed Christian, cum laude. Braden Philip Quick. Alexander Seth Costanzo. Logan Francis Fueling. Lauren Rochelle Frassi, summa cum laude. Jalen Tyler Motola, magna cum laude. Lake Alexander Cobbage. Ava Danielle Thompson, magna cum laude. Megan Ann Prosser. Riley Jane Cates. Grayson Alexander Chat. Charleston Eric Helms. Parker Lee Williamson, magna cum laude. Charles Gray Volpe. Noah Wesley Adams, cum laude. Lucy Olivia Darling. Nonlia Jean Kaifan Bailey. Jordan Rebecca Blair. John Delane Harrington, magna cum laude. Catherine Rentz, summa cum laude. Brianna Marie Cody. Johan Montor Soto, magna cum laude. Jacob Larkin Askland, summa cum laude. Landon Dancy. Tanner O'Neill Stamp. Jonathan Craig Demko, summa cum laude. Ian Michael Stone, magna cum laude. Noah Ashton Johns, summa cum laude. Jackson Thomas Howard, cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Fortner. Annika Kalem Ling, cum laude. Jennifer Elizabeth McNulty, magna cum laude. Madison Elizabeth Moore, cum laude. Ella K. Holmes, summa cum laude. Ethan Riley Myers. Samantha Lark Ingram. Molly Morgan Osman. Addison Bryant Morris Hardy, cum laude. Nora Isabella Stewart, cum laude. Paris Alyssa Ann Kelly. Olivia Sue Reasons. Stephanie Renee Caldropoli. Paige Elise Hyder, magna cum laude. Caroline Clark Dixon. Kaylee Wen Hinson. Kaylin Nicole Tilly Moser, cum laude. Michaela Lauren King, cum laude. Emily Michelle Martinez, summa cum laude, university and departmental honors. Benjamin Alejandro Caffey. Caitlin Sidney Lowe, magna cum laude. Marnie Jude Howeiler, cum laude. Micah Lee Rogosich, summa cum laude. Porter Bryant Cathers. William Flynn Connolly, magna cum laude. Catherine Isabel Parham, cum laude. Megan Ashley Seymour, magna cum laude. Emily Michelle Rounds. Skylar Julia Miller, magna cum laude. Hunter Franklin Hallmark, summa cum laude. Brandon Michael Howell. Jacob Michael Prince, magna cum laude. Lily Francis Canton. Emma Jane Stifler. Tyler Javier Yokley. Hunter G. Tuttle. James Patrick Sheridan. Jax Miller Hall. Jake Robert Bartle. Luke Lanier Madison. Brooks Patrick McBride. Elliot Lawson Tibble. Aiden Tate Mason. Jack Charles Moncrief. Holden William Files. Tate Ryan Bordeaux, summa cum laude. Nora Evelyn Shapiro. Sabrina Catherine Thody. Addison Haley Olendick Smith, cum laude. Margaret Elizabeth Shoup, magna cum laude. Hannah Kate Frazier, magna cum laude, departmental honors. Logan Miranda Rice, summa cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Noel, magna cum laude, departmental honors. Abigail Grace Hooser. Amelia Waits Mandel, magna cum laude. Catherine Rose Russell. Gabrielle Amelia Hufstutler. Ava Catherine Graham, magna cum laude. Milena Alexandra Garcia Carrillo, magna cum laude, university and departmental honors. Deanne Susan Montero, magna cum laude, University and Departmental Honors. Maylee Rose Garner. Jacob Damon Gano. Jeremiah Lewis Birch Jr. Craig Edwards McCrodden, magna cum laude. Sophie Claire Derrico. Ainsley Gray Williams, magna cum laude. Quinn Andrew Fullwood, magna cum laude. Owen Jonathan Parker Gaskill. Claire Ann Cusia. Keller Andrew Anno, cum laude. Iris Ann Parrish Workman. Charlotte Jewel Saxton. Sydney Abigail Fry. Sage Lee Tupper. Grace Danielle Leon, magna cum laude. Tegan Amelia Jones, summa cum laude, University Honors. Viviana Ruby Miranda. Lauren Marie Hancock. Jalea Priya. Peyton Elizabeth Knott. Cameron Nicole Agers. Francesca Magpantai Della Rosa. Riley Irene Barber. Kelsey Nicole Allman, summa cum laude. Phoenix C. Tyson. Carter Matthew Kincaid. Ethan John Olson, magna cum laude, University Honors. Caroline Marie Barber. Karen Mariel Ruth Shore. Ariel Leanne Howell. Abby Lee TV Paul. Joshua Cameron Dowell. Alex W. Shepard. Cyan Michelle Roberts, magna cum laude. Jacqueline Granados. Jasmine Lynette Wood, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Marie Wilson, cum laude. Forbes Michael Wallace. Brian Sidney Werner. Jack Thomas Ryan. James Michael Gradisic, cum laude. Isabel Marie Gergis, summa cum laude. Olivia Grace Long. Nicole Stephanie Tuzlin, cum laude. That's right. Michael Joseph Sinencio Santiago. Taylor Elizabeth Hinton, cum laude. Ella Grace Brondell. Tristan Cole Scott. Caitlin Simone Rogerson, cum laude. Zaina Elizabeth Sheridan. Kathleen D. Partak, magna cum laude. Emma Elizabeth Swain. Caroline Lane Jordan. Andre Montique Wilson. Alexandria Shea Bauk, summa cum laude. Katie Lynn Davis, magna cum laude. Hannah Ellie Gowan, summa cum laude. Chesney Glynn Rodish. Kate Brooks Gregory, magna cum laude. Davis Knox Abernethy. Tyson Julian Alba. Ryan Hunter Ray. Helena Rebecca Hunty. Carter Grace Francis Reed, magna cum laude, departmental honors. Mallory Virginia Stallings. Eli William Hutchison, summa cum laude. Landon James Farmer. Aiden Tyler Gallimore. Grace Anna Lou Green, cum laude. Bailey Kaylin Carmichael, summa cum laude. Colton A. McNeil, cum laude. Sophia Alex Grace Sleem, summa cum laude, departmental honors. Christina Virgie Marie Collins. Haley Brooke Stratton. Julia Ann Derrico. Abby Elizabeth Messing. Bryn Dieterly, summa cum laude. Shane Davis. Chase Watson Stone Kelly. Eli Joseph Vermaglish. Conrad Evan Taylor, cum laude. Daniel Michael Rodriguez, cum laude. Carlos Ezequiel Velasquez. Olivia Grace Koss, cum laude. Catherine Reese Simmons, magna cum laude. Lillian Kathleen Jones, magna cum laude. Glova. Krista Catherine Glova, summa cum laude. Hager. Thomas Daniel Hager, magna cum laude. Heath Wilson Albright, summa cum laude. Meredith Jane Purdy. Anna Grace Stewart, magna cum laude. Allison H. Pritchard, summa cum laude. Nick Garrett Moore, summa cum laude. Lainey Grace Newton, summa cum laude. Molly K. Newton, cum laude. Kayla Helen Shute, magna cum laude. Brandon Gabriel Mullins, cum laude. Haley M. Stanifer, magna cum laude. Lily Victoria Mintz. Carmen Alexandra Blake. Krista Renee Jurls. Tierney Grace Drake, magna cum laude, departmental honors. Noah Alfred Sorg, cum laude. Grayson Allen Ward. Chase Bowen Whitaker, cum laude. Tate N. Adams, magna cum laude. Brandon Russell Grimes, magna cum laude. Noah Alexander Brown. Henry Harrison Snuggs. Royal Wesley Hall Jr., magna cum laude. Jeremy Michael Bryant. Kenneth Tate Johnson. Philip Austin Zimmerman. Silas Frederick Fuller. Devin Dew. Sullivan Deal Jones, cum laude. Blythe May Ransdell. Alex Eli Hilbert. James Brackett Wees. Harrison Stewart Leff. Shannon Elizabeth Furco, cum laude. Addison Shea Weller. Margaret Grace Ballard, summa cum laude. J.D. Elizabeth Zeiss, magna cum laude. Graham Edward Heisum. Garrett Walker Compton. Anna Lynn Sporer. Seth Matthew Bellato, cum laude. Jackson Alexander Fro. Julia Noel Fleek, cum laude. Lindsay Kathleen Barnes. Gabriel Augustus Plitt. Casey Marie Chenier, cum laude. Natalie Regan Spencer. Brady James Agan. Jonathan Leon Austin. Gavin Lee Windish. Jackson Pierce Tribble. Chase Matthew Davis. Allie Kate Castleman. Riley Ann Davis. Avery Maris Wheeler. Clora Rose Williamson. Heath Patterson Worrell. Zachary Quinton Wallace. Abigail Lee Kroboth, summa cum laude. Eric Edward Rutt. Megan Lee Prevey. Sarah Catherine White. Alexander Wilden Keller. Caleb Trask Muckler. Harrison Alexander Tate, cum laude. Anna Meredith Schwinn. Landon Mel Williams. Max Hollister Sanborn. Izzy Ray Smelter. Donald Shipley Steele. Jackson Parker Quiniff. Stephanie Camila Olivares. William Jacob Screws. Andrew Michael Mendenhall, magna cum laude. Joel Aranda Garcia. Harrison Grant Davis, cum laude. Colin John Bisworm. Lindsay Grace Becker, magna cum laude. Glover. Jacob Tyler Glover. Caitlin Bauer Hochstrasser, summa cum laude. Nora Ruth Yoakum. Elise Margaret Rowe, cum laude. Skylar Madison Hogan. Allison Marie Henning, cum laude. Cadence Marie Burleson. Ashley Bruning. Margaret Joanne Wheeler. Haley Hemsler Nill. Lily Ann Baker. Russian? Timothy Jack Hopkins Russian, cum laude. Casey Skylar Thomas. Ashlyn Brooke Altice. Damaris Franco Villalobos. Hugo Sebastian Zarowski, cum laude. Megan Christina Smales, cum laude. Marguerite Huckabee. Madeline Ann Sheeran, magna cum laude. Sophie Catherine Davis. Reese Brown. Luke Robert Blankenship. Ashton Brent Todd. Brian Josiah Peters, summa cum laude. Critcher. Josiah Shane Critcher, summa cum laude. Jacob Aiden Brumfield, cum laude. Is it Bo? Bo Zong. Claire Elise Carpenter. Caroline Grace Nicholas, cum laude. Lilia Alexandra Edwards, cum laude. Andrew William Reagan. Calvin James Williamson. David Arnold Hayes. William Carter Dowd. Caleb Curtis Thomas. Adam Brannon Shelton. Jackson Eli Sutton. Michael Silas Lacey, cum laude. Jackson David Stone, cum laude. Jameson Cole Phillips, cum laude. John Christopher Portella. James Curvin Slade. Chase Kennedy Vandersea. Ariana Lee Jones, magna cum laude. Haley Brooke Morgan. Eli Frederick Polson, magna cum laude. Mason Moss McKay. Lucille Michelle Herman. Lillian M. Kirkendall, cum laude. Leah Catherine Waddell. Catherine Rich Frigiana Francisco, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Alvarez Martinez, cum laude. Kaylee Paige Rollison, magna cum laude. Megan Alicia Mishak. Madeline Ray Parsons, cum laude. Sophia Whitney Crump, magna cum laude. Kraska. Marley Jane Kraska. Joshua McLean Jordan, summa cum laude. Evan Micah Bonner. James William David. Jake McFerrin Smith. Ty Daniel DeJale, magna cum laude. Bice Kegley Blevins. Is this Win? Yeah. Lisa Win Vines. Carlos Samaron Batista. Trevor Noah Isaacs. Hunter Lee Dunbar. Natalie Catherine Kaye. Caroline Francis Ella Wells. Macy Alexandra Barisic. Catherine LaFawn Carter, magna cum laude. LaSalle. Thomas LaSalle Dixon. Adam Stephen Persico. William Joseph Battershell II. Brandon Lee Kaiser. John William Blake III. Congratulations. Noah E. Warren. Congratulations. Hayden Timothy Jabot. Cardin Elijah Collins. Emma Madison Kuhn, cum laude. Harrell. Grace Layton Harrell. Avery Sloan Alphin. Max Scannell, cum laude. Ava Jaden Witt, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Carson Green, magna cum laude. Sophia Rose Lipker. Taylor Leanne Quackenbush. Liefke Nicolette Carwin, summa cum laude. Lee Malcolm Ongori. Matthew Robert Arengo. Jackson Davis Bilbro. Xander Hilton Anderson. Harper Dylan Bliss. Just Rigo Garcia Martinez. Dylan Robert James. Tupac Saridi Kugi Crawford. Andrew Dalton Monaghan. Odina Rain Corbin. Luke Joseph Demiri. Connor Royce Hill. Lucas Cash Wallen, magna cum laude. Isabella Charlize Ramos. Jackson Ryan Sargent. Henry Sullivan Trader. Parker Reed Bumgarner. James Matthew Poe, cum laude. Caden Emery Young, summa cum laude. James Chandler Kleinfield, magna cum laude. Samuel Andrew Snyder. Gage Maverick Tomlin, cum laude. Blaine Noah Adams, cum laude. Adeline Grace Job, magna cum laude. Logan Elizabeth Irving. Lisa Kelly Bartley, magna cum laude. Kaylee Elise Carter, cum laude. Cyrus Miriam Anarchy, magna cum laude. Lillian Marie De Leon, summa cum laude. Chloe Ashton Scott. Megan Lee Wright, cum laude. Vivian Montiero de Barros Altman. Savannah Ray Elms. Leonette Giselle Serra Mira, cum laude. Eden Grace Connor, magna cum laude. Georgia Simone Walker. Eliana Grace Haddock. Sophia Catherine DiTore, cum laude, departmental honors. Natalie Rose Gardner. Kaylee Anais Warman. Congratulations. Oh, thank you. Jacob Huffines, cum laude. Avery William Bryant. Kyle Thomas Sclafani. Jameson Xavier O'Hara. Second Lieutenant John Edward Bryan, magna cum laude. Grant J. Durst. Vance Ransom Harper. Dylan Cole Vyers. Connor Gwynn Riddle. Brock Christopher Rawson. Dylan Michael Rawson. Avery Bockham Harrell. Swindell. Yeah. Crafton C. Swindell. Mary Gibson Edwards, magna cum laude, University and Departmental Honors. Kerrigan Agnes Hoffield, magna cum laude. Sarah Catherine Plyler. Charis Taylor Floyd. Justin Connor Crawford. Kiefer Ryan Hardman. Walt Rakestraw, cum laude. Kylie Nicole Harvey, cum laude. Carson Alexander Jones, summa cum laude. Asher Vallejo Garcia. Jake Thomas Keller, magna cum laude. Ashley Elizabeth Rose, summa cum laude. Michael Joseph Ahern, cum laude. Hannah Elizabeth Castro, cum laude. Kylan Peter Odell. Alexander Reese Sliz, magna cum laude. Michael Joseph Bernadine Leone. Hannah Nicole Martin, cum laude, Departmental Honors. Wah Paw. Andrew Jefferson Myers. Dylan McIntyre Furr, magna cum laude. Kevin Velasco Chavez. Mariche. Andres Jordi Mariche Garcia. William James Boone. Jack Young Wilkerson. Sarah Elizabeth Britton. Hayes Jesse Branson. James Walter Gaudet, cum laude.
Will all candidates for a degree please rise? To those who now present themselves as candidates for degrees from Appalachian State University, by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of North Carolina and by the Board of Governors of the University of North Carolina, upon completion of all requirements, I will confer upon each of you the degree recommended by the faculty with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. For those receiving master's degrees, I offer you a special charge. With advanced knowledge comes increased responsibility. Remember that your expertise positions you not just as practitioners in your respective fields, but as specialists, mentors, and innovators. Accept the opportunity to push boundaries, challenge conventions, and contribute meaningfully to your disciplines. Undergraduates. Since the Middle Ages, the silks of the graduation tassel have represented the colors of the faculty and the power of the university to confer degrees. In a moment, you will continue this wonderful tradition by moving your tassel in a moment, signifying your transition from undergraduate students to graduates of this university. Are you ready? Members of the undergraduate class of 2026, please move your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations, Appalachian State University graduates! Okay, you get to sit down just one more time. We're going to conclude the ceremony with the alma mater performed by the Appalachian Brass Ensemble. The lyrics will be posted to the Jumbotron for anyone who'd like to sing along.
Would you please stand for the recessional? Faculty, as you recess, we encourage you to convene at the back of the arena to congratulate and celebrate the graduates as they exit to the alumni hallway. Congratulations.
Thank you.